believe that somehow a powerful government will be beneficent to the people of the United States.
They're murderers!
Remember this. A government powerful enough to give people everything they think they want is dangerous enough to take away everything you have.
Yeah!
Absolutely!
It was so wonderful to hear Governor Henry, from a historical perspective, state his heartfelt misgivings. And we don't chuckle at those because we understand that this great land remains a work in progress, that the freedoms we enjoy are conditional generation to generation. Look around you today. I wish you could stand here and see all those across this lawn. Different walks of life and different generations represented here today because we all stand united with the dedication to preserve our constitutional republic. That great and good and resourceful man, Dr. Benjamin Franklin, pointed this out. You know, so often we hear people misuse and interchange and describe us as a democracy. Oh,
we're a republic!
We live in a constitutional republic.
Yes!
Absolutely
Dr. Franklin, with his remarkable abilities, described it thusly. He famously said, a democracy is two wolves and a lamb
arguing what's for
voting
dinner.
on what's for dinner.
Not so
A
funny now.
republic is a well-armed lamb contesting that vote.
Combine anything within that word assault. Let's use the words, the names of the guns, the types of the guns that we're talking about at the time. This assault rifle thing is a load. Now, let me explain. The only assault that I've seen when they start using those kind of words and creating that kind of dialogue is an assault against our Second Amendment right to bear arms. I'm just asking today, let's change our dialogue, let's stop the assault against the Second Amendment, and let's continue to uphold the Constitution and the right to bear arms. Thank you.
Nice job, gentlemen. How many of you are doing good? You good? How many of you right now are able to defend yourselves at this very moment? Very nice. Very nice. I'm kind of more like the great philosopher Barney Fife. My whole body's a weapon. But I do have a message, though. We're going to get our next speaker up in just a minute. But I have a message. A message for Harry Reid. And a message for Janet Napolitano. To all the rhinos, the Republicans in name only. I have a message to Bill Clinton's wino, wife in name only. Oh, these are jokes. I have a message to Barack Obama flying all around the world in Air Force One. And a message to Nancy Pelosi, who wants to get back as speaker so she can fly on the broomstick one. I'm going to say it slow and loud, and I want you to say it back so they can hear it. Even a liberal can get this one. You ready? You're not taking my guns. You're not taking my guns. You're not taking my guns. One more time. You're not taking my guns. has got a bill out there, HB 2291. Please welcome Arizona Representative Steve Smith. Well, all right. If you are a patriot who loves this nation and knows it's the greatest nation in the history of the world, let me hear you say, yeah. If you are a patriot who loves our Constitution, especially the part that says our right to bear arms shall not be infringed, let me hear you say, yeah. If you want to, please be loud on this one, I want them to hear it all the way in Washington. If you want to tell Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, who are passing these laws or trying to pass laws to allow them to come in here to take our Second Amendment rights, we want to tell them to put those bills back in the drawer. Don't we? Let me hear you say yeah. That's what I'm talking about. My kind of crowd. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. My name's Steve Smith. I served in our Senate last year, and I'm in the House. I'm in that building right there, the House of Representatives this year. The very first thing I did this year when session started, I wrote HB 2291, and 2291 says, thanks but no thanks to the federal government if they want to come in here and start telling us what we should do with our Second Amendment. And I'm pleased to say that we have the sister bill of it running in the Senate right now and passed out of committee, and we expect the bills to meet in the middle, and we expect that bill to be law to protect every single one of us and our God-given constitutional rights. The second bill I introduced this session said, hey, oh, by the way, when we're talking about Second Amendment rights, I don't think it's fair that if I walk into a public place or facility that all of a sudden I lose constitutional freedoms, and I think that I should still have the right to bear arms unless it is properly secured or whatnot, because last time I checked, signs don't stop bad guys. You know, we talk about gun-free zones and we talk about all these places, but what people fail to realize is bad guys are bad guys for a reason. They're bad. So they don't pay attention to signs. They don't pay attention to, oh, that's a gun-free zone. We do, because we're lawful, law-abiding citizens. Bad guys don't. So why would you want to disarm me and you, good stewards of the public who know how to handle our Second Amendment right? Why would you disarm us, meaning the only people that would potentially be armed are the very bad guys? Does that make sense? No! So that bill is going to hopefully change that. So I want you to know, I and so many other of us down here are working daily to make sure these things continue to stop or happen, whichever one we want it. And I just want you to know this is something very, very important to us. I and so many other of us are A-rated by the NRA. This is what we fight for. This is what we care about. I hear the argument a lot saying, yeah, but wait a minute, people that carry guns, you're not first responders. Right? You should, if you see a crime, if somebody's assaulting you, should pick up the phone and call the police. They're the first responders. Now, my answer to that would be, well, really, then why do we have fire extinguishers in our homes? If there's a fire in my home, yes, of course, I want to call the professional. And I'll pick up the phone and call 911. But I'm going to pull out my fire extinguisher because I am the first line of defense. If I am in a swimming pool, right, we have lifeguards. Why? Because if there's an accident or something happens, we have an immediate responder. And then the professionals can come, right? Why would that be any different if somebody's breaking into my home or assaulting somebody I know? Why would I wait for an officer to show up when I'm the first line of defense? Let's not let them use that argument, because that's a fun argument they like to use, but it's a fun answer I like to give them right back. So I just want to tell y'all,
we thank you so much just for taking time out of your lives to be here right now. None of the things that we can do can happen without you. So please continue to make your voices heard. Please continue to stand up for what you believe in. That's what this nation is founded upon, and we cannot do anything without you. Your voice needs to be louder than the other voices, right? And I want to thank you for making your voices loud and clear here today. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here, and God bless America, right?
Yeah! Old school American here.
Okay,
With
we
the Arizona
got a few
Gun
more
Rally,
left,
223
and you guys
day.
are holding up great. Thank you very much for hanging out with us here at the Day of Resistance. Are you feeling ready to resist?
Yeah!
One of the guys that are making a big difference in the state, he is the president of the Arizona Citizens Defense League. Please welcome Dave Kopp.
I'm not as tall as the rest of these guys. How are you, folks? My name's Dave Kopp. I am president of the Arizona Citizens Defense League, popularly known as AZCDL. I'm guessing a few of you have heard of us. I see some more t-shirts out there, so I think that's a good thing. For those of you who don't know who we are Arizona's gun lobby. We work with folks like Representative Smith, who you just heard from, like Representative Townsend, who you're about to hear from. These are our friends down here at the legislature. These folks work for you. They work for you, they work for us, and we work together to get good laws passed. The reason Arizona is such a gun-friendly state, or if you believe the media, is such a horrible, horrible place to be, is because